Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to continue getting the engine out of the twin turbo Forester. Stay tuned. Alright guys, it's not twin turbo, but it's going to be. Anyways, we have done quite a bit. What we need to do next is drain the oil, and I'm going to check on that oil. Hopefully there's no bearing material, and if there is, I think I need to order some. So let's drain that oil. Alright, let's drain this. Remember guys, I've got EJ25 something going on there. So hopefully there's no trash in the bottom of this. But I've got some big plans. Big plans coming up. Alright guys, you might be able to hear it. It's draining. This is actually still the break-in oil from when I built it. I haven't really done much, many Ks, so might be a bit of crud in it, but we'll have a good look. Alright guys, here's a little oil. So it's got assembly lube in it too. Let's see how it looks on watch. To the bottom. There's a little bit there. Like I said, hasn't had an oil change since putting it together. Hasn't done the Ks. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. I'll pour it into one of the containers to dispose of it, and we'll see what's at the bottom. Alright, so I've just poured it out, and just in the bottom there's not much at all. Like very acceptable for break-in. Cool. Well, we're going to have more assembly lube in there because we are doing cams. So alright, so far there's no oil, no water in the oil, coolant in the oil, no oil in the coolant, so we're good with head gaskets. I think we need to rebuild that turbo, which I've got the kit for, so that might be our next thing that we need to do. So get the turbo off, the power steering off and off to the side. We have to check out the power steering system as well. So having a bit of an issue there. We need to disconnect the wiring, figure out which ones I've hardwired. Yeah, bit of stuff to do. Let's get stuck into it. Alright guys, got the turbo off. It wasn't too bad. I did hit something sharp and cut my thumb, but turbski's off. They've got a bit of blood everywhere, but I'm gonna go clean myself up. I may or may not be out again tonight, so I'm gonna put the kids to sleep, but This engine will be coming out this episode, guys. Got a lot of things to change. Alright guys, finally made it back out here. It's actually the next day, so we're going to be working on the wiring, disconnecting everything, and hopefully we'll figure out what's hardwired over here, and then we'll look at getting the starter motor off and bell housing bolts and whatnot, so we are ready to pull it probably tomorrow. So we need to get rid of this bench here. So yeah, let's get stuck into the wiring. Alright guys, so I had 3 wires that were hardwired. What I've done is, after the join, I've cut it so it's got the same color as the other side, so I'll know where to join it. There are 3 different colors, which is good. Got a couple of purples up here that run to nothing, so I'll work that out. So the other one is an orange, all from the loom, the engine loom. They're all red though, so can't remember what they're for, but I'll figure it out. Anyways, I've disconnected the heater hoses. I'm going to take that cylinder 4 cooling thing off. It's a waste of time really. And power steering pump is off to the side now, so pretty much I've disconnected the starter, so I just need to take the starter off, and then it's pretty much bow housing bolts and engine mounts, then she can come out. So yeah, tonight we'll do all of that, and tomorrow we'll just pull it out. Alright guys, I've got all of the bell housing bolts out. Now I need to get the drive plate bolts, or flex plate bolts, whatever you want to call them, out. So we'll head over to this side, get this little cover off, rotate the engine, and we'll have 4 12mm bolts that we need to get out. And then pretty much just got the engine mounts and we're ready. Alright guys, so I've taken all the engine mounts off. Well, I've taken the nuts off the ones underneath. I've taken this one here off. It's ready to come out. And then I just realised my custom power steering line actually runs underneath, or in between the up pipe. So yeah, get that up pipe off. So I actually had to take the exhaust manifold off to actually get the up pipe out. So yeah, a little bit more room as well getting it out. So yeah, come back tomorrow and get it out. Alright, got the bracket on that I used to get the engine out. So I normally go from there to here. So we'll get a seat belt onto that. Also cleaned up a little bit. So we've got room for the engine crane, which is actually in the garden shed, so I've got to get that out tomorrow while it's light. And yeah, ready to get it out. Alright guys, I'm back for another day. I've got the engine crane into the garage, so it's time to get that engine out. Need to move a few things around, Then we'll get the legs on there so it doesn't tip over. We'll get that EJ20 out of there. Alright, so I've got the engine onto the engine stand, and now that it's tilted down a bit, we're getting more coolant coming out, so we'll let that drain. Yeah, so I'm going to leave this episode here. Got a lot to do on this engine still, boys and girls. A lot of things, I made mistakes and I'm changing back to stock because Subaru got it right. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. We've got the engine out, so we've got plenty of things to do. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you next episode. Bye.